Here we go.
This is a little Louis Méteroux Muscadet. Get the palate going.
My name is Andrew Pattison, and this is Amanda Pattison, my wife. We are sommeliers from Los Angeles, California, and today we'll be blind tasting each other.
We met at a Bordeaux tasting, the Union des Grands Crus. Well, that was the first time we spoke. We actually, I had been hired. We were working at the same restaurant, and I had come in once.
On your stage, right?
Yeah, we had been introduced, but the first time we ever had a conversation was at a Bordeaux tasting.
Yeah. I noticed you that day that you were walking by. We didn't actually talk, and then when I saw you at the tasting, I was like, I have to go over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we started working together. I was a server in the restaurant, and Mandy was a sommelier. And I was learning about wine, and she was kind of taking the lead and educating everybody about wine. And just her emails and her approach and the way that she talked about wine just made me want to learn more about her and wine. And so we started dating, and she just kind of has been teaching me every day along the way. But
not so much anymore.
But well, one of the best perks was that whenever you would open a bottle, you would pour out a little bit for yourself to check the wine. And then you would put it on the guerdon, and you'd come to me and you'd tell me to taste the wine as well, which was not my job at the time.
Right.
But I really appreciated it because I was getting to taste some unbelievable wines that I never would have had the chance to otherwise. So you won some points on that one.
Yeah. Wine definitely brought us together. It has also caused some friction in our relationship just because it's really tough when, you and your spouse are in the exact same profession. And when we were at kind of different experience levels I think now it's pretty much leveled out. And we both have very different skill sets also. Andrew's much more charming than I am.
I don't know about that. I will say, one of the best things about our relationship, I think we set pretty early on, was that we've been to Hawaii once, but a lot of our vacations are also centered around wine. So we've been able to, being in LA, we make it to Santa Barbara a lot, but one of our first vacations was up to Oregon to go to the Willamette Valley.
For the total eclipse of the sun, and we went to the Willamette Valley too.
Yeah, so that was a pretty, seeing the eclipse with you and then having that trip and going someplace that I'd never been before, that I just knew in maps, and then actually seeing it in real life is something that I'm always gonna remember. But that was when we stayed in that little cabin, that little Airbnb. I thought, I could do this for forever. The rest of my life.
There's always just been an immense sense of ease between Andrew and I. And I mean, the first time my parents met him, as soon as he walked out of the room, they said, wow, where's he been this whole time? He's perfect. Where'd you find him? And I was like, yeah, I feel the same way. We kind of always knew, I guess. I don't know.
I will tell you, the moment that I knew that I was going to propose to Mandy was when she won a trip to go to Germany and Bordeaux for free. So I thought, if she can do that and I can kind of come along for the ride, that's a pretty good perk in the pro column. But actually on that trip, we were able to go to Germany, go to Bordeaux, and then we broke off from the main group that was on the trip, and we spent the week in Burgundy, and we actually got engaged, having a little picnic.
In Bon Mar.
In Bon Mar. Being a wine person, everybody was saying oh, don't you want to get engaged in Paris? And in front of the Eiffel Tower and all this, and we're like, no, we would rather be in one of our favorite Grand Cru vineyards. And really, when you think about what we're trying to build together and the life that we're trying to build together is something that's going to last not just our lifetime, but generations beyond it. So I couldn't think of a better place to get engaged. Mandy is a phenomenal blind taster.
But I'm rusty now.
Well, that's by your own accord because you choose not to blind taste with people because you think that they don't always bring the best wines and they don't always
we don't need
follow
to
the grid and all of this stuff.
Which is true. We don't need to put people on blast right now.
But I will say, no, you are a phenomenal taster, and also your theory is great as well. So like, even if it's something that you've never had before, you're pretty good at deciding, eliminating possibilities and just ending up on something. I went to a tasting with you and you called Carmenere and you had probably never had Carmenere ever before.
That's
and you
happened to me a
landed on it.
lot, actually. Even when I was like a baby somm and just learning, I used to do things like that, actually. That's true.
You're still a baby somm.
I'm not a baby. I'm an old somm now. But no, Andrew's really good too. We both have our own strengths, I guess.
I think I kind of just go for it a little bit more. I just kind of go with my first instinct.
Really
I don't really care if I'm wrong or not.
Yeah.
But you speak about wine in a way that I never could. And so
true.
I just like to listen to you most of the time. And then I just kind of shoot in the dark and hope that I get it. All right, well, should we just go and taste some wine?
Yeah.
All right, I think you're gonna get it.
We'll see.
All right.
Woohoo!
Okay, so are you ready?
Yes. Are you ready?
I'm very much ready.
Should we go one at a time?
Very excited. Let me pour yours first, and then you can pour mine. Here, give me that glass. You look so beautiful today, honey.
It's amazing what a little bit of makeup will do after weeks of being quarantined inside.
I would say if anybody likes my haircut and wants that haircut,
yes.
The artist is right here.
Well, I only did about 50% of it, but.
Well, she charges about $400 per hour, I believe. I get a special rate because, I've just been a long time customer.
Friends and family, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we haven't been blind tasting so much this year, but you've gotten really good at haircuts.
Gotta diversify your skill set,
Pour me my wine.
Yeah. Oh, you want to have yours?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do this just simultaneously?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I want something. I'm just gonna be jealous if you're the only one who's tasting
For our
wine.
fallen homies.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Okay.
Yeah. Get into it.
Okay, so this is a red wine. This is clear. This is bright. This is a really beautiful ruby. We're fading out to a slightly brick meniscus here. There is a little bit of rim variation. There's no staining of the tears. The viscosity, the viscosity looks pretty medium on this bad boy. This is a nice color on this, by the way. All right. I'm excited. Is this from our personal wine collection?
Mine is a red wine, and it looks like it's delicious. It's darker purple, I would say, but we got a little bit of rim variation here, kind of fading out to a slightly watery meniscus. It's just really beautiful, and we don't have there's some slight staining of the tears, but it's not super heavy. This just looks good.
Is this from our wine fridge?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay.
Is this from our wine fridge? I mean, we got a lot in there, so
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to choose from.
This is cool. This is a very earthy, this is kind of like dirty cowboy vibes,
I will say, it's not one of our wines. I wanted to blind you proper and show off how good you are at doing this.
Okay, you don't need to keep saying, can we lower the expectations? Can we, Jesus Christ.
Just assess it.
Yeah, so we've got some red fruits. The fruits are kind of dried. They're sort of tart and dried. We've got some dried purple flowers. We've got a lot of meatiness. We've got Hamon Iberico.
Oh,
We've
wow.
got a little bloody
Dried
dried blood. We've
Iberico
got
Bellota or just regular salchichon?
well, wait, I'll confirm that on the palate.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of leathery. It's kind of dusty, rocky. It's got kind of a stony minerality to it.
Nice.
This smells great. I'm glad you brought me something I like to drink.
Well, I'm not gonna bring you something that you don't like to drink, but like, I mean, you know, I was like thinking like, I don't want it to be like super easy or anything
It is
like
a little
that.
reduced.
I want to give you a little bit of a challenge,
like a rubber
right?
like tire fire situation, but I'm fine with it. It'll blow off. I'm fine with it.
For the wine that you brought me, thank you, because I love the way this smells, and it really is only taking me in one direction, because we've got like some serious purple flower, kind of olive-y kind of action going on, black olive. We've got definitely some meatiness to it as well. So I'm pretty headed in one direction. I'll confirm it on the palate, but I think I know what the grape is. Whether or not it's from a certain place, then I'll remains to be seen. Do you like it?
Tricky. Yeah, I do.
Yeah? Who is the wine for? This is one thing that when we taste in a restaurant setting, or just like who would like this, and what's the personality of the wine?
Yeah, I mean, it's Dirty Cowboy all day. It's like
Dallas Cowboy.
no, more like, you know, like from Spain. It's like kind of like got a Matador quality to it.
Would you drink that in a I'm forgetting what the term is.
I think I would rather have it in a
That was probably on the test
Perone,
somewhere.
so you can just like be doing laybacks,
Sure.
you know, because like that's kind of like where
I
I'm
would
at.
do laybacks with that wine. Sure.
Yeah, this is great with like barbecue. It's nice because it's very light, actually. I mean, it's totally dry, and the tannins are moderate, and the alcohol is like medium plus. Maybe like medium. The acid is medium plus. The body, I would say, is medium. This is like kind of
Yeah. Thank you for
this
bringing
is kind
me
of
this
like a
delicious
sleeper
wine.
hit. Like this is like,
Oh, yeah.
it feels very sessionable and crushable. And then you're like, uh-oh, the bottle's gone. Yeah, this is great. It is a little bit more fruity on the palate.
More than on the nose. Mm-hmm. The fruit kind of comes through on the palate more. Acid-wise?
Medium plus.
Medium plus. Okay, cool. This is freaking delicious, so thank you.
Yeah.
We've got, I'm confirming that the aromas that I picked out earlier, that kind of purple flower, that black olive, predominantly kind of darker fruits. And then on the palate, we've got pretty medium plus, not all the way to full body. Really, really beautiful wine. Kind of medium plus acidity. The finish on this thing just goes for days. It's delicious. The tannins are present. They're not high, but they're definitely there. But a really, really well-made wine. And it's kind of only taking me to one place. The question is the
I
age.
feel like Harry Styles would like this wine.
Why?
I just do. It's a vibe. This is good.
This is...
I feel like I know what this is, but now I'm like, I feel like I can't be right. It can't be that simple.
This wine is like, I want to have this in a study when I wear a cardigan that has like, you know, the leather.
Oh, the elbow patches?
Yeah. And I'm
it's
finishing
very
up whatever fine encyclopedia that I've been reading.
You gotta wear your nice Junghans watch.
It's a very elevated, really, really well done style wine, I think, that is, I'm just gonna go for it.
Do it.
I'm gonna say that this is Syrah. I'm gonna say that it's from the Northern Rhone. Vintage on this, it doesn't look super aged, but it looks like it has a little bit of age on it, and I'm thinking probably 3 to 5 years. So I'm gonna say that this is 2015. I'm gonna go Hermitage on this one, 2015.
The reason why I really like this wine is it reminds me of one of our favorite wines
Oh, yeah.
of all time, Chateau Reyes.
Oh.
My great love.
Yeah. I think you probably saved me a sip of that on an occasion or two.
Yeah, and it doesn't quite have that like sexy, sweaty. It's not quite there. It's a little bit different from that.
In what way? It's a little more like.
Well, it's
like
probably younger.
More polished.
It's
or
probably.
Younger?
I've really only had like an older Reyes. This is. I mean, at best, this is like 2015. It's probably younger than that. I'd say this is like 2017 or 2016. Okay. I do think it's Grenache. I think it's 100% Grenache. There's just not really, the thing is, there's not really a lot of, well, we said we weren't gonna do the court, so it could be anything.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, what's the fair game?
I just really like this wine, and I thought that it's pretty typical of what it is, and I thought that you would get it, so it'd make you look good. I don't know, but I also knew that we would like to drink it. So.
Well, it's funny because when I blinded you a few days ago, you were like, "Oh, is it an Australian Grenache?" And I think this is an Australian Grenache. So I don't know.
Do you have a vintage? Or a region of Australia?
Oh, no. I mean, who knows? It could be anything. I mean, a lot of the cool kids are like making wine in all kinds of funny places. It's probably like South Australia.
Okay. Vintage?
Yeah, I'll say 17. I'll say 17 Australian Grenache.
Nice. I think that you poured me 2015 Hermitage Northern Rhone. All right, you want to see mine first?
Yes.
All right, so you nailed it.
Oh my God.
Nailed it.
Oh, it's a lot older than I thought.
We are in
oh my God.
South Australia. We're in the Barossa Valley.
Oh my God, I love this wine.
Yeah. I think that we've had this once together.
Yes.
But I had this at the restaurant a lot.
These are the oldest Grenache vines in the world.
That's right. So this is the Cirillo 1850 ancestor vine Grenache.
Yeah, they used to call it the survivor vine.
Yeah, so this vineyard was planted in 1848. 1850 was the first year that they started producing fruit, but you can see on the label here, just kind of gnarled old bush vines. And this family's been obviously it hasn't been in one family's control, but they've been taking care of it for the past 40 years. And
you really get the sandy soils in this too.
Yeah. And when I was picking this for you, I was thinking, I'm pretty sure she's gonna get Grenache, but is she gonna go, old world to the Rhone, or is she going to go to Australia?
There's not really a lot of producers in the Rhone that are all Grenache, except for like Chapoutier and Reyes, and I just didn't. It's just so unlikely that you poured me that.
Yeah. But also, what is kind of tricky about this one is that 2011 was like a lot colder vintage in South Australia. A lot of people kind of battled with rain a lot as well, so those are two conditions that Grenache doesn't particularly like. So it was a very different vintage expression, so that's why I was thinking like,
that explains the acid, because the acid's a little high for Grenache.
Yeah. It's still got some good alcohol to it, which you always expect from the grape, but
it 14?
I just think that it's a really, really...
It is 14.
Yeah, but I think that it's like just a really stunning example of South Australian Grenache done in a very, very good way.
Yeah, we love this wine.
Yeah.
We had this when I worked at Republique.
Nice.
Do you want to see yours?
What do I have? I don't know if you broke out the bank. I mean, I maybe should have said Crow's Hermitage. If you've spent money on Hermitage,
did you think I spent $500?
I would probably be mad. Oh, well, I will tell you, I'm very happy that was my call, because that's great for Peter.
This is great press for Amy and Peter. Do you remember the first time you had this?
I know that we drank that at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yes, when we saw Chance the Rapper live.
It was a Chance
By
the
the way,
Rapper concert.
if you want to get fucked up at a concert, the Hollywood Bowl is the best place to go, because you order a bottle of wine, they pour the entire thing into like a sippy cup, basically like one large cup, and yeah, we chugged that, and we were feeling great, and we were having a good time. And I remember
Bolus. I mean, it tastes like Hermitage. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
No, well, I thought, we're dealing with Syrah. I probably should have gone New World, but
It's pretty old world in style, though.
I guess I was playing the game as well.
The alcohol is a little high.
I thought that maybe this would be a wine that we would have had together, and I think for our first anniversary, we drank some Hermitage then. So maybe I was playing the meta game a little bit too much, but I mean...
Where, at Le Marchand?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Hermitage. I think it was like a Courvoisier.
Well, my memory is just awful.
Yeah, I mean, they're a stone's throw from each other. How dare you? No.
No, but really beautiful
This is
wine.
so great. Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, Amy Christine, an MW who I'm obsessed with and want to be friends with, she and her husband, Peter Hunkin, who's a frequent collaborator of Sashi Mormon, they make this wine. They make a lot of great wines, actually, in Santa Barbara. And Santa Barbara wine was one of the first kind of styles and regions that we got really interested in when we were first dating. So I wanted to bring this as kind of an homage to that.
Yeah, no, they make outstanding wine, and it shows right here today. I took it in the wrong direction. What's the vintage?
Can I try some? 17.
17? Yeah.
I was way off on my age call.
I was way off on mine in terms of where it is in the world.
This is getting very like bacon fatty. This is really good.
Yeah. Pretty too. Really lovely florals on it.
Wow, you did so good, babe.
You did too.
See, what's funny is like you had said earlier today, you were like, should I open my red before we go? And I was like, no, but you should have, because the fact that it was reduced, I kind of was thinking that it was a screw cap.
Well, you're just a crazy person.
I know, I shouldn't go for the meta guess.
We should do this more often. Cheers, baby.